Hi, I'm Wayne the Boat Guy, and today we're going to look at whether or not this West Marine gel coat repair kit is really worth it. This kit right here costs $40. It's used to repair the gel coat on your boat, so that means scratches and imperfections, chips that don't go deep into the fiberglass. So this isn't for cracks or anything like that. This is just to fix the gel coat. So areas where there's small nicks. My boat has a whole lot of these because my boat's an old boat. So I was looking at this, I purchased this kit. It's $40. Here's what comes in the kit. The kit contains 2 ounces of polyester gel coat paste, 0.25 ounces of MEKP, I assume that's the hardener activator, 3 color agents, white, burnt umber, and black, mylar film, a mixing stick, sandpaper, and an instruction sheet. So what I'm trying to figure out is this thing actually worth the money? Would it make more sense to buy these pieces individually? For a DIY boat person, a lot of times we're doing that because it's a lot cheaper to do it ourselves. But also, a kit like this, sometimes these things don't really pay off. This is like one of those fancy unboxing videos. First of all, there's a lot of warnings in here. Okay, so we got a piece of sandpaper. It's only 100 grit, wet and dry paper. So you're not really going to get a finished surface with just 100 grit sandpaper. This is some no-run polyester gel paste right here. This is the 2-ounce tube of the polyester gel paste. So if you've only got a couple of scratches, a handful of chips to fix or whatever, this might not be that bad. It's kind of like the size of a third of a toothpaste tube. Let's see, what do we have in here? This is our bag of our tints and our mixing sticks. So first of all, we get a couple of mixing sticks. Woo! A couple of little popsicle sticks. And then we've got our, this is probably the hardener. Oh no, the activator hardener, this is it here, the clear stuff. So this is black tinting. Probably this is the burnt umber tinting, and this is the white, titanium white tinting. So they don't give you a red, and they don't give you a blue. They give you just 3 basic tint colors with this. So for things that are, and here's the mylar sheet, which is literally just a real thin piece of plastic right here. So that's everything that's in the package. And of course our instructions. So instructions tell you how to and not to use this stuff right here. So for $40, this is what we get. Now what's interesting is that some of this might be a good value and some of it might not be. For example, this kit wants you to use this mylar film over top of the area that you're filling. Now, they only give you this little tiny piece of it. So if I'm filling 2 little chips, right, and I cut this in half and I can lay this over top of it, that's fine. But like afterwards, I don't know how good this plastic is anymore. It's very thin. It's kind of like the backing plastic you pull off of some things, but it's different than saran wrap or plastic wrap. But I don't know, could you use plastic wrap instead of this? So you're probably never going to use this whole tube of stuff if you have to use it with the mylar film. It looks like there's a lot of tinting agent here that could get you through a lot of jobs. Sandpaper, they've just given you this little bit of 100 grit. I don't think there's another, nope, there's not another grit underneath of here. And as you can see, it's P100. So they don't give you enough sandpaper to get a smooth finish. If you're supposed to use the Mylar film, they don't give you much of that for this. If you have a white boat, you know, one that you don't have to do any color matching, then you don't have to buy the tints. You can get a 16-ounce container of polyester gel and hardener for $22.50. So if you already have sandpaper and you don't have to have tinting agents and you have things like mixing sticks or whatever, right? And you don't need to use the plastic, or you can use plastic wrap, then for less money, you've got a kit that can fill in a whole lot of cracks. Now, if you need to buy coloring agents though, to buy individual tubes of these coloring agents, when I was looking those up, they seem to be like 10 bucks a tube, which is kind of crazy. But if you're doing a lot of it, that would make sense then. This also doesn't include anything like acetone, which you're supposed to kind of condition the surface before you put this stuff in there with some acetone. This doesn't include acetone. This doesn't include like 400 grit or 600 grit paper. Doesn't include a sanding block. So I'm kind of mixed as to whether or not this is a good value. In conclusion, looking at this kit, if you've got a relatively new boat and you want to try a project for yourself for the first time, this might be a worthwhile investment as long as the color of your repair area matches the tinting agents they give you. And it's only $40, but it is $40. If you've got an older boat and you've got a lot of larger areas to repair, or you're going to be doing multiple repairs, I don't think this is that good of an investment, because if you can find the right tinting agent and you've got an older boat and you're just trying to get it close, for 20 some odd dollars you get a much larger quantity of the gel paste and hardener, and for about the same price you can buy yourself multiple pieces of sandpaper and some of the appropriate tinting agents, and you'll have 16 ounces. You'll have a can like this versus one little tube. So, if you want to try something for the first time and say, you know what, let me see if I can fix a chip in my gel coat, then yeah, this might be the right way to go. Because that way you're not wasting 16 ounces of stuff, because you can't seem to buy just a small tube of this. At least I haven't seen it available anywhere. It really doesn't make any sense, because it doesn't include everything that you need to be able to do the job. It includes everything you need to do the job in a mediocre fashion, because of the fact that it only comes with 100 grit sandpaper. I thought maybe it came with 180 and then 400, or 220 and 600 or something, but just 100 grit paper. If you're doing a really tiny thing and you're able to just keep the sandpaper right on top of that area, you're not going to notice the scratches that much. But that's kind of a rough grade of paper right there. Also, after you do this, if you watch any other videos about it, what you're supposed to do is whenever you sand it, even when you sand it with 600, you're supposed to use some rubbing compound on there to buff it back out and have it be smooth with the rest of your boat. And if you're fixing a small chip in a relatively new boat, you're going to want to have it look like it's never been repaired at all. You're going to want to have it be perfect afterwards. This is not the way to achieve perfect results with 100 grit sandpaper and no rubbing compound or anything. So if you were to start with this, you're still going to have to spend more money to do this repair yourself. I don't know what a place would charge to do this kind of repair, but if you're spending $40 for this, and then you end up spending another $40 for rubbing compounds and different grades of paper and a buffer or Dremel or any of those other kinds of things, if you don't have it, well, now you're not ahead. So I am going to use this on my boat. I'm going to try it out. That'll be in another video. I just wanted to kind of look at the package and kind of determine the value of this particular product. That was the purpose of this short little video. So I hope it was informational or helpful. Thanks for watching. We still running? Yes, we are.